So Taylor, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. How did the idea come about that you were going to pull this April Fool's joke?
Well, we found out, like, with the group of people who had the idea, we kind of discovered that our class was on April Fool's Day. So kind of maybe like a week or so before, we were just kind of joking around saying, like, wouldn't this be funny if we pulled a prank because our class is on April 1st? And, we like threw out some ideas, but it wasn't really anything that we were like setting in stone. We were just, joking around. And then came Tuesday morning before class, and everybody's texting each other like, are we really doing this? Like, is this really happening? And we're like, oh, okay, I guess it is really happening. We got to somehow pull it together. So it just kind of worked. Like, we contacted the person who called me. His name's Ian McNeil. He's on the improv troupe, so he's an actor. And we just kind of gave the general gist. Like, they were like, Taylor, you're going to receive the call. Bailey and Rachel came up with the idea of the pregnancy, and then I just kind of talked with Ian. I was like, I guess this will be the general gist, and we'll just go with it. And somehow it worked out perfectly, and we don't really know how.
Now, all of you guys are strangers, correct? You kind of haven't met each other before?
Oh, no, we're all friends.
All friends? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a little easier kind of getting in contact, and you were all comfortable with each other. Let's talk about who the person was calling. Who was that?
Ian McNeil.
Ian, and then Ian, you mentioned, was an acting student as well?
Yes, he's on the improv troupe. So it really was just like, Ian, just sound as professional as you can, say something general like the Pregnancy Resource Center, and just kind of go on, and I'll, just kind of play being uncomfortable. Like, we didn't, like, playing, you know what I mean? Like, we didn't rehearse it or anything like that. It was just kind of, we were just playing off each other.
Right.
And it worked out.
What thoughts were going through your head when your phone rang?
Well, it was, at first, when Dr. Barrows gave the quiz, like, I had originally told Ian, call me at exactly 11, so I can turn my phone up, like, right before 11. And then Dr. Barrows gave his April Fool's pop quiz, so he told us to clear our desks. And I was like, oh no, this is not good. And so I texted Ian, I was like, Mayday, like, change it to 11:15. He just gave us a pop quiz. And then he goes, April Fools. And then I was like, never mind, like, do 11 still. And I mean, it was nerve-wracking, like, because we're all sitting in a row, all of the students who are involved. And we were all just kind of like looking at the clock, like looking at the clock, kind of like looking at each other and like trying to be as normal as possible. But it was more just like, what's going to happen? I don't really know. Like, what if it doesn't work out? What if something happens with my phone? And it just worked out.
What thoughts were going through your mind as you were executing this plan? The phone rang and you were following.
The phone rang, and then my friends kind of had to egg it on a little bit, because we thought he would just say, oh, turn it off. It's fine. But they were like, oh, like, Taylor has to answer her phone. And so in my mind, I'm just like, okay, here we go. Can't go back now. Like, just got to do it. And both Ian and I committed completely, and it just worked out.
The whole thing was recorded. I'm sure that was planned as well.
Yes.
Now, did you ever imagine in this whole entire efforts of the prank that this would go as viral as it did?
No, not even remotely close. I mean, we just wanted to put it on YouTube so we could have an easy link to send to our Aquinas friends. It was just like, here, check out this link, check out this video. And I was actually away for the weekend. I was in Madison, and I came back and on like Sunday morning, and I checked my Facebook, and I had like 80 notifications, and I was like, what happened? Like, what is going on? And then I saw the video everywhere. And at the time, like, Sunday morning, we maybe had like 2,000, 3,000 views on YouTube, and we were like, wow, like 3,000, like, that's so exciting, like, who's watching our video? And then people were texting me like, you're on Reddit, like, you're up to this many views. And we just kind of watched in amazement as we, like, went up in Reddit, and our views went up, and we're still kind of wondering what's happening. We don't really know why.
What did you think about the cell phone policy when you first heard about it?
When we first heard the cell phone policy, we, and usually all the professors say, like, no cell phones in class, put it away, put it on, vibrate, turn it off. And when he told us the policy, we were like, oh, that's, good incentive to keep your phone turned off. But we also were like, wow, what if you get, like, some news, like, some significant news on the phone? Like, what would happen? Oh my gosh, that would be crazy. And so when we were thinking of an April Fool's prank, it kind of came to our mind. We were like, his cell phone policy. Oh, we could totally get him that way. So it just kind of worked out.
So you hang up with the Pregnancy Resource Center, quote unquote. What is running through your mind at this point? Is it pure adrenaline?
Pure adrenaline. I was shaking. Even after class, I was still kind of shaking and sweating. I was just like, what just happened? Like, it just all just kind of came together perfectly. And, a lot of people are saying it was scripted, like, this was planned, like this is all fake, but it really wasn't. Like, it was just something we just kind of had a general idea of how we wanted it to go, and somehow it all just fell together.
For you, how has class been since
It's been fun.
April 1st?
It's been a lot of fun. It's been weird because people, like yesterday we had an interview with Good Morning America. Like, they just did like a little Skype interview, and then it was right before one of my classes, and I walked into class and these people looked at me, they're like, how'd your interview go? And I was like, what? How do you know that? Like, how do you know that just happened like 5 minutes ago? They're like, oh yeah, like, we saw it, it's all over Facebook, it's all over the internet. And I was like, already? Like, it's just kind of a surreal experience.
Welcome to the 21st century.
Yeah, thanks.
So you're amazed on how fast this has taken off?
It's crazy. I mean, we have people, who said, oh, you were all over the news in Australia, in England, in Ireland, in Chile, in Greece. And we're just like, what? Like, get out. No, that's not, you're joking. Like, this wasn't shown. And I have friends in England and Japan, and they're just like, you're all over the news. Like, I saw you, blah, blah, blah. I was just like, what? My gosh, like, that's crazy. It's just insane to me.
So you're going into acting.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think this will help your acting career?
I have no idea. I mean, it's just one of those things where I guess to me it's just like a fun little video, but who knows with the internet and with everything, like, who really knows what could happen. I mean, we just thought that this would be something that would be passed along through Aquinas students, let alone 14.5 million viewers, all over the world. So who really knows what could happen next?
Right. So yeah, like I mentioned, 14.5 million views, and it's continuing to grow. I think I checked last night, it was only at 9 million.
Yeah.
So overnight, it took off just like that.
Yep.
Do you think that, first of all, let's talk about how the response that you've gotten,
Mm-hmm.
Kind of being the one at the center of it all.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure friends, family,
Oh, yeah.
people from around the world, what are they saying? How are they contacting you?
Well, usually the comments people are saying, they're appreciative of the good, clean joke. I think a lot of times when you look up YouTube videos of April Fool's pranks, they're pretty harsh, or someone gets hurt, or it's just kind of like, that was really mean, and disturbing. But I feel like people are really, like, this was a good, clean joke. Like, it was funny, it was short enough. But we're getting a lot of comments, really a lot about Dr. Barrows, like how much of a good sport he's been, how of an awesome professor he is, and how that's really cool that the students can have that kind of relationship with their professor, and how cool Aquinas is. So it's been a lot of fun, for sure.
Let's talk about your experience at Aquinas. Do you think having that small one-on-one attention with teachers and you're friends with everybody in your classroom, do you think that helps your education?
Absolutely. Like, I went to a really small high school, so I thought I wanted kind of a bigger institution. And when I went to look at different bigger schools, I don't know, like, I didn't really want to be in like a 500 student lecture hall. And then when it came to Aquinas, they're like, you're not a number here, your professors know who you are, you'll have a relationship with your professor, and it's been incredible, and it's really, really valuable, especially since college is so competitive. To have that relationship with a professor is extremely valuable, and it really does help your learning. Like, I'm the kind of student who I like to discuss things in class. I like to be able to go to my professor if I'm having trouble.
Sure.
And you can do that with any of your professors here.
Has the administration said anything to y'all, Aquinas' administration, about the video?
I mean, all things positive, really. Like, I think they're kind of just happy that Aquinas is getting on the map and that people are responding so positively to it. It's been a lot of fun. We've had, several different interviews, and we have, an Aquinas PR representative with us, and I think it's just been really fun for everybody.